Well, the West Australian Government has introduced emergency laws to close a loophole that allowed police to access data from the Safe WA check-in app. Personal information, which was only meant to be used by COVID contact tracers, was accessed as part of two investigations, including the high-profile assassination of a bikie boss. The WA Attorney-General says police acted legally at the time, but he's moved to preserve public confidence in the app. It's a hot topic on Sunrise this morning. For their take, I'm joined by Federal Political Editor at the West Australian, Lani Scarr, and broadcaster Justin Smith. Morning to you both. Lani, has this damaged the app's credibility?
Absolutely. I mean, the public distrust in these apps to begin with is already so low. We know the federal government's COVID Safe app did not have as big a take-up as they were hoping, in part because of distrust. And if people in any way, shape or form think that the government is going to trace them for purposes other than health-related purposes, they simply won't check in when they get to a venue.
Justin, someone was fatally shot among a crowd of innocent spectators at the Perth Motorplex. Is that a good enough reason for police to say, all bets are off, we can access this?
It's a tough one, isn't it? Because you certainly want the police to be able to catch these people, and if you're a copper and you're investigating it, you're going to do everything you can. But what annoys me here is they always say that these things will be confidential, but then there will always be a reason for them to use this information, and they just found one and they used it. So, yeah, the confidence in these things just drops immediately as soon as we hear stuff like this.
Let's talk food. Vegan foods named after their meat equivalents could be on the chopping block under a new proposal to protect the livestock industry. The nations have launched an inquiry into food labelling laws, arguing plant-based sausages, mince and bacon aren't real meat, and producers should come up with their own unique terms. Justin, is it fair for these products to be named after something they're technically not?
No. I would say that if you get one of these things home and it had the word meat on it and you discover it is not meat, there is going to be hell to pay. As long as the consumers know exactly what it is, I think that's the benchmark we've got to look at. As long as the consumers know what they get when they get it home.
Lani, they're marketed as alternatives to meat, but it's, vegan mince, vegan sausages. The meat producers say they're our names. We've spent years marketing those as ours.
Look, I think the bigger question here is, do we want our taxpayer dollars to be looking into an inquiry about this? And does it actually change the game or change the ballpark in relation to how we purchase things? And also, where does it end? Do we then not call soy milk? Do we then not call almond milk? So I just think that is it the best use of our time in this current global political environment where there's lots of things happening?
Well, the dairy producers have been arguing for ages because they say almond milk is squished up almonds and water. It's not actually anything. It's not milk. So they're on the same wavelength as this. We've talked about it.
But we all know it's not dairy. We all know it's not milk, it's almond milk. So.
Yeah, but they don't like the marketing of that. So it's an interesting one. They're big markets, aren't they? Okay, thank you. Talk to you next week.